Hi friends, my name is Nishantha. I am a dyslexia coach and teacher. I work here in Southern California. This video is a little bit different. In this video, you're gonna see a portion of the weekly coaching call that I do inside the How to Dyslexia community. If you guys want to join the community, it's community.howtodyslexia.com. You can join it, it's free. So the community coaching call is usually about an hour and a half. We talk about a topic, then we have a conversation about it, and people in the community has a chance to get involved. It's all done through Zoom. So if you guys want to be a part of that, check it out. I'm just gonna show you the last 10 minutes of a coaching call that we did last week. The topic was on technology, and we had a member come in kind of late, so I just gave him a quick recap of the topic that we were discussing. So yeah, this is a cool opportunity for you guys to kind of see what it's like to be inside the How to Dyslexia community. Hope you guys will join. I'll put the link and the description below for all the information that you need in order to get in. All right, everybody, enjoy the conversation.
I can actually show you the presentation that you missed.
Yep, that'd be great. Thank you very much. I'd appreciate that.
3 highly linked ideas, and hopefully we're going to end with building a digital mind. And you kind of saw what we're talking about here when we were having our conversation. But how did we get there? So first of all, we have our dyslexic mind and our regular mind here. So the dyslexic mind kind of does this type of processing where it makes connections in a very highly localized area. We call that local thinking. So when it's like doing some reading or doing some writing, it processes that information in like a very, very specific brain area. So it's really fast and it's really efficient. And it uses not that much energy to do it. Whereas a dyslexic brain, it does what's called network thinking.
Yep.
And network thinking is highly creative. It's really deep, but there's a cost to that. I mean, everything has a cost, and the cost that we pay for being a dyslexic brain is that it's inefficient. It uses a lot of focus, attention, energy in order to accomplish this thing this other brain can do very easily.
All right, a quick announcement before we get to the rest of the video. I'm doing a little experiment. I want to give away 3 one-hour free dyslexia coaching sessions with me. All you got to do is comment below saying, I want a coaching session, and then follow me on Instagram, and then send me a DM, and then you'll be entered, and I'll pick 3 people at the end of this month, and then you'll get a free coaching session if that's something you're interested in. All right, let's jump back into the video.
So the next idea we're going to be talking about is called knowledge work, and basically knowledge work is this idea where the type of work you're doing is the main type of capital that you're making. So this is the type of work that you're doing in order to solve problems. So you can think of people like doctors, lawyers, programmers, teachers, researchers. These people are doing knowledge work, they're thinking in order to solve problems. And what you'll notice is more and more of the economy is moving towards doing this type of work, thinking for a living. Because of automation, right? So pretty much everyone is going to be participating in doing this type of work, and the building blocks of this work is called knowledge work. And then there's 3 parts of it. The first part is you consume information, things go into your brain, and then the next part is you connect the information that you consume into other parts of your knowledge base. And then you create something out of it, right? So it's kind of it's like a it kind of looks like a nerve, I like to think of it like a neuron. So things come in, it gets fired and goes back out, right? And the beautiful thing about this idea is that once people create something and then someone else consumes it, that's what all communication is. So one brain creates something, another brain consumes it. And we're doing this in a global level, right? So you can create you create something, you read a book, I read a podcast, I watched a movie, I talked to a few people, I'm in a community, I talked to my mom, and then just a bunch of ideas come together, and then you connect all those ideas in your own knowledge base, in your own unique way. We call this specific knowledge, the things that only your brain is able to do with the information. And then it creates something else, which creates more knowledge work, and the process goes on and on and on. And this whole thing together is what anthropologists call collective learning. That's what made humans be able to develop space rockets and things, because this system has been going on for a long, long time. But now we're adding network thinking, like computers. Now that's why it's going even faster now. Anyways, all this is possible only because humans invented something called soft technology. So soft technology is technology that not only exists in the physical world, but also exists in human minds. So for writing, for example, it's not really a physical construct. It is a physical construct if you write it, but it's only a physical construct if other people are able to recognize that it's writing. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It's a soft technology because it also integrates the human mind when it comes to using these things. So we have three soft technologies. We have money, which is the first technology that was invented. It was like a way of like saving an IOU. So if I do something for you now, I'll give you this thing. That means you'll do something for me in the future. Encrypting trust, basically. And then writing is like a way of communicating where you're able to transfer information between human brains. The problem here is though that when we take the idea of these soft technologies and we apply to how dyslexic brains and regular brains process information. So normal brains or neurotypical brains are really able to do this fine, detailed, oriented task of like encoding and decoding information effortlessly because of this localized way of thinking that we kind of talked about earlier. Whereas dyslexic brains, we are not able to do this as efficiently. So it takes a lot of energy for our brains to do it. And this energy is called cognitive load or cognitive demand. So where the dyslexic brain has a high cognitive load when it does these activities, and the neurotypical brain has a low cognitive load when it's doing all these activities. And this whole thing is knowledge work, right? So whenever you're doing some knowledge work, there is some cognitive load that goes into your brain, and your brain has to do some kind of lifting, some kind of cognitive effort. And what happens is the part where it's doing the fine, detailed, oriented tasks, there's a bottleneck in that workflow, because your brain isn't able to function as well because it's overloaded, so it can't do all the work like a neurotypical brain does. So your knowledge work is going to be impeded at this point where there is a task like this, right? So let me just move on, and then I think
absolutely go ahead.
So what's happening here is the ideal way to solve this situation is to you want to give your brain some help in order to lift some of the heavy lifting here. So we had a bottleneck right here. So what you want to do is you want to apply technology in order to do some of this detailed oriented tasks. So now you can have a workflow where this bottleneck is kind of removed. So you want to use technology to remove the bottleneck by assisting your brain doing things that it's not able to do, right? And
yes.
This is where the digital mind comes into play here.
Yes.
So we have, so our brain is actually already in like layers. So we have one layer, it's called the hindbrain, and this is the brain that evolved with the reps. Like it's like the first type of brain to evolve. And this brain right now in our system is actually really optimized to do some intuitive things. Like in the reptile brain, it's like emotions and homeostasis and like flight and fright. These different like very basic ideas, or it's the hindbrain. But on top of the hindbrain, if you can kind of think of it like a fist, and there's another fist on top of it, and that's our cerebral cortex. And this is the second brain that evolved. And this is the brain that does most of our higher cognitive thinking, but this brain is a little bit slower. But my thing is we need to layer on top of this brain another brain, like a third layer, which is our digital like cortex. So this is the digital mind that needs to go on top of our brain. And I think you're agreeing with all this stuff, Bill, by looking at your reactions here. And this brain right here is you're already doing it. The thing is, like when you have a cell phone, you're already augmenting your natural intelligence by a lot. But you want to really embrace this idea of like you're a cybernetic organism that's like becoming more of a cybernetic organism as we move into the future. But if you can start to think of your mind as like this like multi-layered thing, you can really start building a technological ecosystem here. And your technological ecosystem is basically the peripherals that you use. You know, your watch, your headphones, all the things that is giving like sensory input into your brain is a part of your technological ecosystem. That's why it's so important to be able to like communicate with all of these things, is because you're actually augmenting your intelligence by doing this. You're like 1 billion times smarter than you were if you didn't have a cell phone right now. Anyways, let me keep going here. And on top of that, of your technological ecosystem, you can kind of think of it like your brain's operating system. You want to have optimized like software, some algorithms that you can use in order to solve certain problems. And at each step of this knowledge work workflow, you want to have your technological ecosystem run certain combinations of these applications in order to like augment your capabilities. So you can take.
Wait. Say that sentence one more time.
Which one?
What you just said. If you remember.
Yeah, I think I was in a flow here. Let me try it again.
Yeah, no, go with the flow. Go with the flow then. Go with the flow.
Let me try it again. So like you have your technological ecosystem, right? Your digital brain, and you want to run these applications on that technological ecosystem, which is kind of like your operating system. You want to run these applications depending on what part of the knowledge work like where you're at and where the bottlenecks are. You can kind of diagnose these bottlenecks and then apply these tools. And there's billions of tools. Humans are making more tools. We're tool makers. So you just find the tool, apply it to the bottleneck, and then on the other side, your workflow is just like so legit, because you're not just thinking like a primate. Now you're like this other thing. You're like this like cybernetic organism that's relying not just on organic processing but also digital processing.
Can we get offline and I promise I will only take 5 to 10 minutes of your time, because something that I did out of an output of our last conversation.
All right, I think we're gonna end this. Thanks a lot, you guys. If you want to join the dyslexia community, Bill, you want to give them a pitch?
Dyslexia community, what Nishanthan has done here has just been remarkable, and please, we need to have you a part of this, and for expanding our brain and our capabilities as we try to help each other in the community. So please join.
All right, everybody. I'll see you guys next time. Please join up with the links and stuff into the description. Bye-bye. Love you.
All right. Take care.